Welcome to the weekly Rise and Grind team call. This is Coach Chaz speaking, and we're going to be diving straight into recognition, which first we're going to start off with Success Club and volume. Leading the pack is Kaylee and Chelsea Fox. Kaylee has 4 points as well as Chelsea. Kaylee is leading the pack at 500 personal volume points in the last 4 weeks. Chelsea is at 352 personal volume points. Followed shortly by Coach Phil, who is at Success Club 2 with 364 points. Elise at 2 points, 275 personal volume. And Kel at 2 points and 270 personal volume. You guys, we have P90 launching tomorrow. So even myself, I'm at 0 still because I didn't place anything to get points right away because I knew P90 was coming out, so I was kind of holding off and saving on these points. So if you guys are thinking where are my last points going to come from, I'm going to touch base on a P90 challenge group idea that can hopefully help you guys hit Success Club 5 this month. So moving into new coaches, shout out to Chelsea Fox because she kicked some serious butt and she said, you know what, I want to hit Emerald. She hit Emerald in 1 week. She brought in her husband, Robert Fox, and 2 people, Becky Drew, Rebecca Linfield. So congratulations to those of you who decided to take that leap of faith, start your own business, join this team, and fulfill whatever dreams and goals that you have in life. Beachbody is the vehicle that you can use to get there. And also, huge shout out to Chelsea for doing what it takes. She's a prime example right there of no matter where you're at in your business, even if you fell off track for a while, even if you disappeared for a while, if you haven't done a whole lot, it doesn't matter if you've been in this thing 5 years or if you just signed up this week. You can always start fresh. You can recreate yourself. You can start over. You can always reach that next level. That's what Chelsea did. She came back after taking a little bit of time off. She came back refreshed, recreated herself, and she done did it. So that's exciting news. So also with that, because Chelsea, you are Emerald, that means Kaylee creeping up this close on Diamond, which will be our first Diamond aside from myself on the team. So I am super pumped to be able to make that announcement pretty soon. Moving on, I just wanted to kind of do a little bit of housekeeping, just a little bit of update on the stuff that you guys may have seen in the back office already. So number one, this is an idea that I had. I got inspired. I was doing my check-in with Kaylee, and something popped in my head because we were talking about new coaches and training and this kind of stuff. I thought, you know what? I do these team calls every single week. But for a new coach to sign up as a coach on the team and jump straight into these team calls, a lot of them don't realize we've already done 45 plus of these training calls. So I thought, why don't I start hosting every month? I think monthly would be a good start because we're averaging anywhere between 3 and 5 new coaches a month on the team. Once we start adding more per week, I'll start hosting it weekly. But for now, we need to set up our time for our first one. So all new coaches, it doesn't matter, I'm going to say within the last 3 months. If you've signed up in the last 2 to 3 months and you've still kind of been stuck, you may have gone through the Coach Training Academy. It's a lot of information. It's easy to get overwhelmed. I want to host a new coach call. And first of all, I just want to be available to you guys as somebody, not as the diamond of the group or anything like that, but as somebody who's been in this thing for over 5 years. And I can't tell you how many failures and struggles I've had. So I know there's a lot of questions as a new coach. So I want to be available to answer all those questions that a new coach has. And I also want to give you guys kind of just an easy list that you can do of the most important things you can be doing as a new coach to get your business off the ground, to see that income start within those first couple months of you joining. So next up is going to be Fall Classic. This is a slight twist on the traditional Team Cup Challenge that we've done several of these things by now. So Team Cup Challenge is a challenge where you get 5 people, 5 of us coaches together on a team, and we all compete, and this is business-wide, so over 200,000 coaches do this thing. So we get teams of 5, and you basically just rack up as many Success Club points in a 30-day period as you can. You compete for prizes. It's just a really good, I call it a plateau breaker because it's easy to kind of get in a rut with this business because it's hard. Doing any business is hard. especially network marketing, because we have to, number one, we have to talk to people. We have to get out of our comfort zone and find unique ways to bring new people into our lives. So this is a great plateau breaker because the Fall Classic, instead of having 5 people on the team, it's 2, which is great because you're 100% accountability partners. So if you have not registered, you need to register this week because it starts October 1st. So if you do not have a partner, I'm going to post inside the group after this, and I'm going to do a little post about Fall Classic. I'm going to ask who wants to join this, and you guys are going to start commenting below, and we'll pair each other up. So I want each person who is serious about the business, because some people join this business on this team as a discount coach, right? Some people don't care about building the business and having, the luxury of all the stuff the Beachbody can bring, and that's perfectly fine. It really just depends on what you want to do with your business. So if you sign up and you just want to get a discount, that's perfectly fine if that's your goal. But for those of you who want to take this thing seriously and you want to build this to the best that it can be for you and your goals, I want you to do this Fall Classic, because having that extra accountability, it helps tremendously. I know accountability partners has been one of my personal weaknesses. I've dabbled in and out of having little success partners in the past, and I never followed through. And it's always 50-50. It's like a relationship, guys. You can't be waiting for that other person to contact you to check in on you. You guys have to meet in the middle and check in with each other. So Fall Classic, 2 people on a team, pure accountability for 30 days in October, or 31, I guess. So again, I'm going to post in the group after this, and if you're watching the recording, look for the post in there and comment below so we can get some people paired up. Next up is going to be P90, launches tomorrow. Now, a little tip, especially for you new coaches, every single new program that launches crashes the Beachbody website every single time, because there's so many thousands of people getting on that website at one time. So they had mentioned in the back office that P90 is going to be available by noon tomorrow, which is Pacific Standard Time. So if by noon that challenge pack or whatever you're going to sell is up on the Beachbody office and you have customers that are waiting to buy it, I highly recommend you actually tell them to hold off until the evening, because I can't tell you how many issues we've had with the website where people are trying to get on there and purchase, and it goes through twice or it doesn't go through at all. It's a mess, guys. So my number one tip is just have patience. Don't see the site glitches and then come into the team group and start posting negative stuff, because I have a rule in place that if there's any negativity in the team group, you're out. No ifs, ands, and buts. So if you are struggling and having a tough time with that website, just know that it will get better. It smooths out throughout the day. So I'm personally telling my list of people, don't buy until the evening, because it's just going to make everyone's lives better. So you guys, biggest tip is just have patience tomorrow. It's like that with every single launch. So with P90, I didn't market this one a whole lot, and I probably should have started a month ago. Like when I did the original P90X3 launch back in December, my launch was huge because I marketed the right way for it. I started 2 months in advance. So you guys have your list of people that want to do P90. And we've been doing these team challenges, right, where several of us coaches get into one group. So I put together a P90 test group. And I like the word test because you get to market it as, hey, guys, do you want to be the first ones to do this program? You get to be the first ones to submit your before and after pictures, and it increases that chance that you get to be chosen as a Beachbody Challenge winner. So I put together my P90 test group, and I want to open it up for you guys. So if you have customers, or if you yourself are going to be doing P90, I want you to message me and just let me know. And again, I'll do a post inside the group too. So either message me or comment on that post if you want to add your people to it. And it's not me taking the reins on the group, guys. We're all in there as teammates and business associates, or whatever you want to call us. But I'm not above anyone else in this. So if you want to take part in that, I would love to have a big group of P90 people. Not so much for us as coaches to be in there, but more so for the people, because we're in this to help people. And as a customer, if you're doing a challenge group and there's only 2 people in there, motivation's not going to be that high. The energy is going to eventually go downhill. So it would be great for our customers and our clients if we can have a bigger group that has several coaches they can come to for help and questions, that has several other people going through the exact same process they are. Because a lot of these people are going to be doing P90 guys. They're not athletes. They're not fitness people. They are people who are using P90 as their first baby step towards a healthy lifestyle. So I think it's more important in those beginning stages that we are there to help them. It doesn't matter about the sale. It doesn't matter if you sell a challenge pack versus the regular base package. We're here to help people, guys. And so I really, really want to implement as much as we can on this P90 group so we can help those people in need. Because I feel that the biggest transformation will come from somebody who is starting from ground zero and taking those first steps as opposed to somebody who's already in great shape and just wants a kick-ass workout like Asylum. So it's these P90 people that we need to really, really get our A game on, get our coach hat on. We need to be there for these guys. So moving forward, again, I'll post separately inside the group so you guys can comment on that. Moving forward, I'm friggin' pumped for this. Insanity Max. I've been waiting for a second version of the original Insanity, not Asylum, but the original Insanity for a while. So Insanity was my turning point program. I did P90X in the very beginning, and when Insanity launched, that was my biggest YouTube views, my biggest videos came out of that, my biggest push in my body and the business too. That's kind of what started this whole thing for me. So I'm really, really excited for Insanity Max, which comes out in December, which means there will be a January challenge group. So again, I want to open that up for everyone. So if you can start working on your Insanity Max people now, that's going to help your sales in December. Trust me, this is exactly what I did in last December for P90X3 to bring in a huge amount of people. I had almost 60 Success Club points based on challenge packs that month. Not because I was lucky, but it was because I started 2 or 3 months in advance, and I started getting people plugged into that challenge group, even though it wasn't starting until January. So same thing with 21 Day Fix Extreme, which is coming out in February. So that's a little ways down the road, so we won't really worry too much about that until January. Maybe even December, start promoting for that. So I'm excited for that one too. And next up is going to be October is right around the corner. We only have 1 week from today, I think. No. What's today? 1 week from Wednesday. So 1 week from Wednesday is going to be October, which means don't wait until October 1st to sit down and go, what am I going to do this month? Plan ahead. This is exactly what I do every single month. I have a whiteboard calendar, and I have my other whiteboard that I keep all my goals and stuff on. So I want you guys to spend today and tomorrow, the rest of today, thinking about what you want to do in October. Do you want to hit Success Club 5 for the first time? Do you want to keep going with Success Club 5 if you've already hit it? Do you want to hit Emerald, which is a huge, huge stepping stone? Emerald is totally doable in a week. Chelsea Fox just proved that. She added in 3 people last week, and now she's hit Emerald. So if Emerald is something you guys want to do, I'm going to be starting a new little Emerald training, and especially Emerald to Diamond, because that's a new document that just came out in our back office. So you guys keep an eye out for that, because I'm really excited about what we're going to do with it. And helping people. Again, helping people is our #1 goal on this thing. Aside from the points and the challenge packs and all that stuff, if you even get one person that you can take under your wing for 30 days and teach them how to live a healthy, active lifestyle, I can guarantee you when they come back to you one day and say, you know what, because of you, I kept going. Because of you, I was able to be inspired to achieve this goal. There's no better feeling. It doesn't matter if you make a dime off of that. That right there puts everything into perspective, and that always reminds me of why I do what I do when I get those messages. So I'm putting this out there for you guys. I am doing a team challenge. I want you guys to focus on helping 5 people in October, and that's bare minimum. If you can do 10, do 10. If you can do 20, do 20. I want you to take 5 people under your wing, whether they buy a single program from you or not, and I want you to work with them. because I can promise you that's how you establish the relationship. Once that relationship is established, when they are ready to commit to a challenge pack or become a coach and start their own business, guess who they're going to come to? They've already got that relationship with you. So I want you guys to focus on making October about helping people. Through helping people, Success Club 5 and the income and all this stuff is going to come naturally. It's going to grow. But you have to keep your focus on helping people. So if you help 100 people and only 10 commit to a program, you still have the rewarding feeling that you helped that many people and you still made some income based on those 10 people who committed. Out of those 10 people who committed, maybe 2 of those guys decide to join up as a coach. Boom. That's where these little baby steps happen. Business is never built overnight. It's the same thing as that quote that says a cheeseburger never got you fat overnight. It wasn't one meal that got you fat. It's not one salad that gets you skinny. It's the small daily actions and choices done over time that compound effect into the bigger result. It's the same thing with the business, guys. If you focus on helping one person at a time, 1 or 2 people each week, guys, over time, it grows and grows and grows and grows. And all of a sudden you have this huge network of people. And that's kind of how I've built my business over the last 5 years. My first couple years, it sucked. I barely made any money just because I was so caught up in how do I sell? How do I sell? How do I sell? Guys, when I made the transition of how do I sell more product to, okay, what can I do to help more people? I started doing challenge groups. I started hosting free groups. I gave out free advice. I took people under my wing without expecting anything in return. And out of that, I built my network. And out of my network, when I do post my challenge invites, guess what? These people trickle up that are meant to be in your lives. So make October the month that you will stop worrying about the sales and you'll start worrying about how can I better help these people that I need to help. So that's my little shout out to you guys. I want you guys to make October about helping people. So real quick with goal setting, number one thing, guys, when you set your goals, you have to believe you can do them. I can't tell you how many times I set a goal, and I set a goal. Actually, it's up on my board here, one of these things. I set a goal back in January, and I said last year I hit Success Club 5 every single month, which was Success Club 5 All-Star. I'm going to hit Success Club 10 this year, 2014, every single month. And I did it for several months, about 4 months. And then I stopped believing I could do it. I started to let that doubt take over, and I missed several months. I barely squeaked by with 5 months or 5 points. Granted, I've still kept Success Club 5 every single month since last year, but I failed. That was a failure on my end because I set the goal and I didn't believe in myself. So you guys, whatever goals you're setting, you have to have that vision to see yourself there. It's not going to happen. That's the power of the human brain and kind of how, God and this whole universe works is if you believe it down to your core and you truly see yourself there, God will create a way or an opportunity and open up a door for that to happen. You just have to believe it. Follow through with yourself. So whatever goal you set, create an action plan. If you know you need to hit Success Club 5, that means you need to get 2 challenge packs and 1 Shakeology HD per month. Follow through with your commitments. That means talk to more people. Talk to 100 people if you need to. Follow up with your existing clients and your customers. Follow through with whatever you're going to do. And the last one for setting goals is to just take it seriously. If you set goals and you still continue doing the exact same thing you've always been doing that's caused failure in the past, you're still going to see those failures. It's when you put your foot down, you say, I've had enough, that you start to see success. You have to take it seriously. You have to treat this thing like a job. Beachbody coaching is really, really tough, I think, because of one reason. Because we have to rely on ourselves. It's easy to show up to a job, punch in, do your work that your boss tells you what to do and when to do it, and then clock out and go home. That's easy. It sucks, but it's easy. Most people fail in this business because when they sign up, they go through the training, they figure out everything Beachbody related. Most people fail because they don't have the self-commitment and the self-discipline to actually follow through with their actions. And that leads me into this right here. You guys have seen me post this in the group several times. It's a little, I made this for myself. So if you guys want to take that image and like, I don't know, Photoshop or whatever you want to use, if you want to crop some of this stuff out and make it your own, go for it. This was just my personal list, and I took the business activity tracker. I took the best stuff out of it and kind of added what I personally do with Instagram and stuff, and I added it on here. It's an easy to do list, guys. So this goes right back to taking your business seriously and following through. If you follow every single thing on that list for an entire year, you're going to consistently be bringing new coaches in. You're going to consistently be bringing new customers in. I can promise you will be making six figures without a doubt. But again, the tough part is we have to rely on our self-discipline to actually do this thing every single day, or whatever list you want to follow. Like I said, this is just my personal list. I wanted to give it out to you guys, whoever wants to use it. But it just comes down to goal setting, guys. You have to set those goals. You have to follow through with them. Aside from that, I'm done rambling because I wanted to leave time for our very own Coach Kel, who we rambled on too much last week, so we ran out of time, brother. So I appreciate you holding out for a week. So I'm going to let Kel hop on and share a little bit about himself, where he's started. And Kel had kind of a, I don't know if you want to call it like a light switch moment, but you know, Kel, you had struggles. I mean, like we all do in the beginning, and then you hit this little point where we had our first chat, and all of a sudden you started taking those little baby steps. So feel free to take it away, my friend.
All right. So before I became a Beachbody coach, I worked like 40 to 60 hours a week. I was completely miserable with my life. I never had time for myself at all, and I honestly just hated everything. I took a trip, went to Vegas, oddly, and had a lot of fun and realized that I was meant to be happy and I needed to make a change in my life. So when I got back from Vegas, I called Charles, and Charles and I had talked a few times, and I was always interested in what he did, but I was just unsure of myself because I struggle a little bit with social anxiety. So I wasn't sure if it would work for me, but I wanted to take a chance. So I actually quit my job, and because my wife's a massage therapist and she works her ass off, I was able to become a stay-at-home dad and just kind of figure out what I want to do for myself. And first few months of Beachbody, I was horrible. I mean, I think I made two sales. I wasn't helping people. I wasn't talking to people. I was lazy. I wasn't serious about it. And then I don't know, for whatever reason, just something changed, like Charles said, and I realized I can make this work. I need to push myself and put myself in situations where I'm not necessarily comfortable so I can get the results I want to see. And so I hit Success Club 5 last month. I truly believe I'm going to hit it this month as well. And I want to continue to hit Success Club 5, every month at least, and maybe even eventually hit Success Club 10. For me, the best things about this, though, have definitely been just hearing how much you help people and how much you change people's lives. I helped my wife lose about 35 pounds. That's probably my biggest success story. And she's just watching her confidence level. I mean, I see her every day, and just seeing how much different she is. Like, knowing that I had a part in that. And just think, every single person that you help, you could be changing their life like that. Watching their confidence just skyrocket. I mean, she's flourishing right now. And I'm happy that I was a big reason for that, but she also pushed herself and did it too. And then within the last couple weeks, my cousin said he lost 7 pounds off of starting Shakeology. And that was another just like huge, oh my gosh, this is awesome. I gotta find more people, and just keep sharing and helping. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. Yeah, this is really weird for me to be talking in front of a bunch of people, but I'm happy that I'm doing it.
Awesome, man. Appreciate you sharing that. Yeah, like Kel said, Kel and I do our weekly check-ins. We've already talked about this, but when you had your cousin message you and say he lost the 7 pounds by switching to Shakeology, and he was kind of he's an average gym goer, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a big dude. My whole family's full of guys that are 6 foot plus, and he's like 300 pounds. He wants to become a cop like his dad, but he's just too big. He's not going to be able to pass the physical test. So he's been working out, and that's been working for him really well. But he was looking for something to simplify his morning routine. I was like, oh my God, I got the perfect thing. And just, yeah, seeing his change and his excitement. I mean, he's more excited than me, obviously, but it's just awesome.
Yeah, and with that, you just said that something that kind of sparked something. So it's easy when you do this whole, when we're in sales and network marketing, it's easy to think, if you're talking to somebody, it's kind of in the back of our heads, right? Okay, how am I going to bring up Shakeology? How am I going to bring up P90X? How am I going to get that challenge pack introduction here so we can get that sale? But when you do what Kel just said, where his cousin had mentioned he wanted something that would simplify his nutrition, right? Boom. Someone just listed a demand. Guess what? We have products of all shapes and sizes fit people's demands that they're looking for. So instead of going out there with the thought of how am I going to bring P90X and Shakeology and all this stuff up in conversation, or how am I going to sell more stuff today? How am I going to sell anything? This is where building the relationship comes into hand because you're able to talk with people. If there's one skill you can master, it's become a people person and learn to ask questions, because the more questions you ask, the more people are going to share with you, and you're going to find these little cues. Like somebody says, I've really struggled lately. I haven't had much time. I only have about 20 minutes in the morning to myself, and then I'm starting my day. That's where I can think, well, if I were to say there's a program that's 25 minutes, would you be able to commit to 25 minutes a day? Well, yeah, I can make 25 minutes work. You start to find these little cues people are talking about. So again, if they're looking for something as far as nutrition that's simple, quick, and easy, boom, like Kel did. Here's some Shakeology, and you just share how it's worked for you. You don't have to share, it's got 70-something plus ingredients, it's got digestive stuff, and blah, blah, blah. Don't go into the facts. We have videos and stuff that go into the facts. Just share how Beachbody and the products have helped you. How is your life better because of Beachbody? And, make a list. I just started making a list myself, and I have, it's an ongoing list I make that I'm going to put into a blog post, but it's called Because of Beachbody, ... And then I make a list of basically any way my life has changed because of Beachbody. So I recommend you guys do that, because it's almost like, having that in your pocket. So you're ready to answer questions at any given moment. So when somebody comes to you and they're talking to you and they bring up, having stomach problems or whatever, I know you're like myself, if I'm not consistent with my Shakeology, my stomach bloats like crazy. And when I'm drinking my Shakeology, all of a sudden I know that my bloating goes away and I feel like I have a tight core and a flat stomach again. So that's the kind of stuff people are looking for. And it's changing your mentality a little bit and how you're presenting it. So you're looking for these little outlets and these cues. Look for what people need and see if we have something that can fill that. We can't fill everyone's needs. We can't make everyone happy. That's life. So you just have to keep a good ear out for these things. And like I said, just learn to ask questions, learn to talk to people, become a people person, be that person of inspiration that people are going to look up to. Because a lot of us, we have our own background stories. All of us go through our own struggles and our fears and our doubts. It's through those struggles, like I always say, it's through those struggles that people are going to connect with you. So don't be afraid to bring something up that may make you vulnerable. This business, it's those who are not afraid to be vulnerable that ultimately make it to the top. It's a mountain that we're climbing. Some people are perfectly happy where they're at. Some people keep seeing the top and doubt that they can make it up there. And then other people like myself, I'm learning more and more to just kick my self-doubts to the side, because that's my biggest struggle lately is self-doubt. It's, some of us, we look up, we see that top of the mountain and we just say, you know what? Screw it, I'm going to try. And we start doing whatever we can to climb our way up there. So aside from that, if you guys have any questions that you would like answered, pretty much open mic. I got about 5 minutes left on this recording. So any questions, or are we pretty much good to go? Thumbs up. Rockin'. Awesome. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, as always, for hopping on the live chat or catching the recording. If you're on the team, I just appreciate all of you. I appreciate everything that you guys are doing. This thing's not easy. It's tough. It sucks at times. It keeps you up late. It wakes you up early. There's people that quit on you. There's people that try to judge you and hate on you and all this kind of stuff, but it's all worth it. When you get that message, like Kel said, when you get that message that says, hey, I just accomplished this goal and you had a part of that. When you get to experience people's lives changing right there in front of you because you sparked something in them, it makes it all worth it. So you guys, stay strong. Let's kick some butt. Let's all set our October goals and post them in the group. And again, I'm going to go back through and jot down a few notes here, and I'm going to repost in the group. So if you guys want to do a P90 test group with me, I'm personally not doing the full program myself. I'm going to order it just so I have the workouts to do for like my Fit Club and just so I can get an idea of it myself. But if you guys have your list, I would love to be able just to put a team group together. So aside from that, this has been Coach Chaz.
Hey, wait, Charles.
Yeah, go for it.
Sorry. Do we know if P90 requires any equipment? I've had a few people ask about that.
P90, it's probably going to be like a lot of the P90X. So Tony does pull-ups, I know, which they can use a resistance band, do a pull-up.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
Yeah, so basic stuff. I mean, resistance band and just like a couple light sets of dumbbells. Beginner program, I don't think he's going to be doing any type of major lifting or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I would say resistance bands and just a couple pairs of dumbbells, they'll be good to go.
Okay.
Awesome.
Perfect. Thank you.
Cool. Well, you guys have a blessed day, evening, I guess, getting a little bit later. And aside from that, I will catch you guys later. Peace out.